Good day, guys. It's from Sebastian here once again. Okay, we stopped on our last video. I think we stopped on edit tool. So now we'll talk about the select tool. The select tool is used to select. It's like a select menu. I think I talked about this on the last video I did. The select tool is like a select menu where you go to look at it here. Look down here. This is the select menu. It's like where you go to if you want to select stuff. Let's say I draw something now. I drew something. For me to touch this thing, to select it and work on it, I have to go to this select menu, which is this one after the draw menu, the pen menu. Let me call it the pen instead of the draw. After the pen menu, see. So if it was still in the draw menu, I will still be drawing. I can't just select. So you have to select, go to the select menu before you can select anything and then work on it. It's once you click on select and touch something, then you see other menus down here, all these menus where you can work on them. Okay, so that is how the select menu works. Then let's go over to the text. Let me get the text done. Click on this good, then your text comes out. One thing you should know about Infinite Design is if you want to edit, most of the times when you want to edit stuff, it duplicates it for you. Like it keeps the old one, then bring out a new one that you're editing. See what will happen to this text now. I want to edit it. You see, it's now, it duplicated it now. You see, this is the old text down here, then this one I'm duplicating now is a new one. Then if you want to reduce the width of the text, you use these two buttons here. They're used to reducing width. Use the width and reduce the width. So if you want it, you want the text width to be much, you increase it from here and here. Then this is used, this second menu here, the first, this one here is for alignment, is the normal left alignment. Then this one is for straight alignment. You can try it out. Then this one is for putting your text in circle, like the alignment, circle alignment for the text. Then here is like curved alignment for the text. You get this if this wasn't a paragraph. If it was a phrase, you understand the alignment, what it works like. So go get a phrase. This, look at it here, this one, get a phrase, then try it out. You see what it looks like. Then here is where you used to reduce your size. See, I've reduced the size of the text. Look at it here. See the text, I've reduced the size. Look at the text here, I've reduced the size here. Then this is used to reduce opacity. Then here, also here, you still see another remaining alignment here. This is middle, this is the left, and this is the right alignment. So there are also remaining alignment here. So this is how the text works. Try to exploit all these text functions. Then here is the duplicate button. Is the duplicate button. Let me say I draw something. I draw something now. If you draw anything, you go to the duplicate. Once you click this duplicate, you can now duplicate what you drew. Like duplicating, bringing much from anywhere. You can duplicate. Then I told you guys earlier on, whenever you want to do something on Infinite Design, for you to go to another one to perform another transaction, you have to tap whatever you tap it again so that it can go out from here. Once anything you tap, any tool you tap comes out on top here. Look here, yeah, right here on top of the right, any tool you tap comes out there and stays there. You see, let's say I click segment 2, you see segment 2 is now here. I click text 2, okay, text doesn't come out. I click edit tool, you see edit tool is nice. So any tool you click is now up here. So you have to type the tool once again so that it will go out. Then you can effect any other thing you want to effect. Okay, so that is how the duplicate tool works. Then this offset is like stroke. Let me say I draw something. My color is on white. Yes, I drew something. It's like stroke on Infinite Design. I click the offset, then change the color to red. You see, you offset inside, you draw it out, you offset outside, draw, you offset inside, you draw it out, you offset outside. So that is how it works. if you draw it inside, like if you draw the offset inside, it's offset inside, you draw it outside, it's offset outside. That's how the offset is, like stroke. Well, if this is a text now, it will be offsetting it. You will see, you understand what I mean. Go try it out. Then this segment tool is a very nice tool. Use it in drawing. It's used to remove leftover text that you don't need when drawing shapes. Like say this is a line menu. We've not gotten yet, but we'll have to use this line. It's used to get line. Without this line now, let me remove the line function, the line tool. Without this line tool, I will be drawing something. Whatever I'm drawing will now be as if I'm drawing. I'll be drawing anything. I'll draw. But if I put the line menu, everything will now be in line. Whatever tool I'm using to draw will now be in line format. You see there won't be any curve any longer. Everything now will now be on lines. See how the line tool works. So that is it. So I was trying to explain something. I don't need this pen for this line. I need something. Okay, so this is, let me get a triangle to explain this segment too. So this is a triangle, but it's not neat. All these edges now have to remove them for me to get a perfect triangle. So this is where the segment tool comes in. You get your segment tool, you draw like this, go back. Okay, most of the times you have to start from other places. If you try like this segment, I tried this one, it was removing this one, then you go back, you try from here. Most of the times you have to erase the other side first before you erase the other side. You see, it's used to remove cut off edges from intersecting point. Segment 2 doesn't work when there is no intercept. It works only on intercept, like there's an intercept here, intercept here, intercept here. So once you use your segment 2, it removes other shape. Assuming there is no intercept now, there's no way I can use this segment 2. Let me draw something else. Let me get non-complete one. So there is no way I can use this segment 2 apart from when there is intercept. So it's advisable, anything you want to draw, even if it is a square. Let me try to get a square, but it won't be perfect. Try to have intercept so that you can get something clean, so that you can use your segment and clean it. You know why my color is changing? I have eyedropper on. That means if you touch and hold any place too long, it absorbs the color. It's called eyedropping, so it's on. That is why most of the time my color is changing. So I on my segment, use it here, so you see this is how it works. It's used to clean off parts. It's perfect. So this is how the segment 2 works. Then the remove is like removing anything you touch now will be removed. Anything I touch will be removed. It's used to remove stuffs, just like also eraser. But this one you don't have to clean anything, you just have to on it and touch anything, it removes it. So the line, I've talked about this line now. I just talked about it now. So this is the circle. It works also as line. That is, any pen now will now be in circle format instead of drawing format. Any pen I'm now working with will now be in circle. This is the ballpoint. I told you guys, was it yesterday on my last video? This ballpoint is the normal pen for getting any standard shape. Then once you move it from this ballpen to that, you'll be getting curved angle shape. Like this is the pen now for a circle like this. This is how the pen looks like. That is why the circle is also looking like this. This is how the pen looks like. That is why the circle of this one is also looking like this. So this is the circle menu. It's used to get a circle. So once you want to get any normal circle, you just use the ball pen to get normal. Then if you need all this curved, artistic, every other thing, you then change the pen. So on this circle now, you can go to this select menu, touch on the circle. You can now edit it by touching. If you click the select, you click the edit and touch it again. Look at what I mean. Okay, let me click select here. You click select, or even though you can just click the edit menu here. Once you click it, you just touch it, then it goes over to edit instead of clicking select. Then you go here, you reduce the size to to anyone. So you can reduce the size here or reduce the opacity of it. Then also from here you can go over here, you can expand the circle. Expand means making it like in form of bezier, adding points where you can adjust. That's how expand works. Then distort, like it's like distorting, changing the perspective of the circle. Then frame is the normal, this thing now is called framing. You can use here to rotate it. This one now here, this one that looks like arrow that is rotated, use it to rotate it. Then use this one to flip this one that looks like door. Look here, is used to flipping. This one is used to flip like this. Then here is used to adjust it. So most of the times I use this framing for shape when I don't want to distort them. Then smoothing is used to get a curve, normal curve. You see what is happening, just look at me and watch what is happening. You understand the smoothing now, just as I'm working on this. So look at what is happening. You see it's following that yellow line. So this is how smoothing works. It's used to get your normal curve. If the curve has is rough, then you can use this smoothing. It will now follow exactly how this yellow line is. Then use these ones here. Use from the blue edge of this one. This thing that looks like bezier pen. From the blue edge is where you adjust it. Then you get your curve. So this is how the smoothing works. Then liquify. I think I talked about this thing in the edit tool I talked about yesterday, so no need for me to go in here. I talked about in the edit tool. So I've talked about circle. So the same thing applies to rectangle. Getting a rectangle, anything you get is now a rectangle. If you want to reduce the size, you can. I told you guys, click on edit, click on it, then go to this menu here, this one. After this color menu and this pen menu, this one here, reduce the size of the, so anything you want, you can change it. I've talked about this edit tool before, so I don't need to lament on it again. So that is how rectangle works. Then pen is like bezier. First of all, get your point where you start adjusting. It's just like bezier. The more you get, the more points you get. You can use this point now to adjust. You use here to adjust. If you need another point, you tap here, it brings out another point. You see it? You can adjust from here now to here. If I need another point on this here, I can touch here and another point comes out. See, another point is now out. Another point is not out. So that is how it's like bezier, but it's really complex. We'll make our time to talk on the pen too. But this, the basics you need to know about it is like bezier too. But for now, leave it. And this lazy tool also is also like this pen too. But for now, leave those ones. Let's talk about the main one. Then this fill is used to fill shapes. Let's say I get a square. A square or a rectangle, anyone. Then this is a shape now. If you want to fill it, I change this color now. If I want to fill in this rectangle now, I will use this fill here. This fill, if I click on it, I will fill in, and the color I'm filling is the color I have here in my color menu. If I have black here, it's the black it will fill inside this rectangle. You watch. You see, it has filled the rectangle. So that is how fill works. You click on where you want to fill. You can still fill the background itself with fill. So it's a very powerful tool. You can fill everything. You see, it has filled everything. Anyone you touch now will not have the color. Then gradient. Once you click on gradient, you touch anything, it brings out the gradient menu you have here. You see, look at the gradient menu here. You can change from this side to any color. Let's say red, and this side, let me leave it to black. So you see, it's just like Pencil Lab gradient. You can go here, change from radii, from linear. They have linear gradient to radial gradient. From here, look here. Here is very used to changing it. You can flip the gradient, any other thing. Then you look at, you use here to adjust it. You can use here to adjust. It has hanged. Sorry about that, guys. That is another problem of Infinite Design. It do, there are points where you get everything goes out, but we'll still get back. That is why if you are designing anything on Infinite Design, try to be saving as much as you can. If you are doing anything on Infinite Design, try to save. Due to the kind of functions the app has, it goes off sometimes or it hangs at times. So anything you are doing, just try to be saving them. So that is how the gradient. Once you click on the gradient, here, you click on it, then you get your pen for adjusting your gradient color. So look at the colors here, and all these colors now are your gradient color from here to here. This is your black side, this is your yellow, red side. You can change the color from here to move for anyone. You see, I've changed the color to move. I can now adjust the gradient. So this is how the gradient tool works. And from here you can adjust this button main. I've taken it close to this one. This is the fact that this guy is hanging. So there are a lot of buttons you can get. Like now I've gotten up to 4 buttons in the gradient. Like the more you touch the lines, the more buttons comes out where you can add color. So all these buttons now I can use them to add color. Anyone I click now I can add any color to it. Just like Pixel Lab idea, you can from here you can get what I mean. Okay, so that is all for this gradient. Then pattern, this pattern menu is like getting a pattern. Once you click this pattern, it brings out a menu like this. Once you click here, you see a lot of patterns you can take for whatever you want to use it for. Then here you can change the saturation of the pattern, but this one is just like pattern you get online and add design pattern. Like, let's call it texture. Then transfer. Let me show you guys how the transfer work. Let's say I get a circle shape. I fill it with my color here. It's filled now. So if I the transfer is on. Let me on the transfer. From transfer now I can take what is here to here. See, I've taken what is here. Let me take this one again. See, it transfers whatever you have there to this one. Then this horizon, this symmetry is getting two things at the same time. Look at, let me rotate this guy, keep it straight. You can lock it. It's like getting two things at the same time. It has horizontal. This double one now. The first symmetry is getting two things. Let me get black. You see? So this is how symmetry works. I can adjust this guy. Then this one is the vertical symmetry. Once you lock it, you can't adjust it any longer. So mind you, don't just go and lock. Look at it. Use here to rotate. Use here to lock. So don't lock. Just use to rotate. Use here to move. Then once you move it, you keep it there. If you keep it, anything you draw appears double. For the horizontal and vertical symmetry. Then this radii appears 5 times. You see, it appears 5 times at the same time. It's symmetry, radii symmetry. You see, let me get a pen or something. You see what I'm talking about? You see what is happening here? What is happening? So this is what I'm talking about. This is how radii works. Then this kiddo is like getting 4 symmetries at the same time. Look at it. 1 is getting it 4 4. So this is how this kaido works. Then this perspective is a very complex part in Infinite Design. It's not the basics you need to learn now. When we advance further in this Infinite Design, then we'll talk about all these ones. But these ones are the little basics you need to learn. This perspective is very. I talked about this isometric. It's getting shapes, all the shapes at angle 30. But this other curvature, 3 point, 2 point, and 1 point perspective are a very complex aspect we'll talk about when we go further advance on it. So that is all for the tool here. I think I went enough on it. So another one will be here. I will teach you guys about combining. Even though you don't want to use symmetry, you can combine, and you can also group moving. unlike Pencil Lab, if you want to move stuff, you can group them and move them, then ungroup them again here in Infinite Design. Most of all those things are on this down button. I will show you guys on my next video. Okay, so thanks for watching, and share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, have a nice day.